r/AskReddit, people with disabilities, what is something that non-disabled people don't understand? This is a huge one for me. I'm searching for jobs, and I have to be extra choosy about where I live. Everything has to be set up for easy walking. I may have to not apply for certain jobs based on the setup. It's a challenge. Not all disabilities are visible. Yup. A fucked up spine like mine didn't give any visual indicators on the outside, but sure was happening that the discs in my spine were literally disintegrating from degenerative disc disease. But you don't look disabled / you're so young you can't be disabled / you're lying for attention / stop playing the disability card. I've heard it all. People are positively miserable when they don't understand something and decide you must explain it to them in excruciating detail. Refusal makes you a cold bitch, they were just asking. What's your problem? Sigh. It's exhausting. For some of us, there are no pain days, just less pain. Also, you can't just squeeze errands into your schedule. You need to plan for the energy they require and prepare for if they knock you out afterwards. You could underscore. That's how underscore make the real money. Nope. Can't. Not enough spoons. ID slow everything down. I'm never not in pain. I'm just good at masking it. And pain 24/7 is exhausting. We do not constantly want to talk about our disabilities. Conversely, when we do talk to you about them, don't minimize them with your everyone struggles BS. That's not helpful or kind. Test results coming back normal can be devastating. If I can do something today, it doesn't mean I can do it tomorrow. I swear I want on my tombstone, but all my test results were normal. How much harder it is for us to function even close to normal. I'm fighting so hard every day and it doesn't look like it cause you see me every day. That they too may become disabled. At any moment. That the world is just not set up for us. There are better cities than others, and plenty of progress has been made. But, all major cities are just full of places that just aren't accessible. Especially older cities. How we may look fine, but are in horrible pain, physically and / or mentally. And how it may or may not have almost killed us that one time. And pain is exhausting. I don't think people understand just how physically and mentally tiring just being in pain is. And sometimes I shouldn't be doing anything today, even if I might be up to it. There's a really fine line between feeling okay and crashing hard, and it can be difficult even for the disabled person to navigate it. Since the big points have been covered, I'll go a little off. It's one thing to have an illness / disability and you can live with it, it's another thing entirely, mentally and physically, when doctors start giving you expiration dates. If my wife knew I was given 10 to 14 days when I was going for emergency chemo, it would destroy her. She knew I was dying, but she didn't know when. I barely survived. I promise you, I don't want to be in bed all day. This isn't a nice lazy day, it's my life and it sucks. There is so much I can't do because I would need to sit up for more than an hour. Wish more people understood that being lazy equals feeling good about doing nothing all day. It's not lazy when you feel like shit for not getting up. Just because you know a person with a disability who is able to work a job doesn't mean everyone with a disability can work. Not all disabilities are the same. And even people with the same disabilities don't react the same. I hate how people think they're fucking genius bringing out their disabled cousin in response to us being unable to work. Disabilities are not black and white. And just because someone can do something one day, it doesn't mean they can do it on another day. And it's possible that doing things that they can might drain their energy for the rest of the day or even for a few days after. On top of that, it's not just physical executive functioning can be a problem too. Disability is a spectrum. Sometimes it feels like people want to see your worst symptoms before they believe you. I try really hard not to burden people with my struggle, so I stay silent. No one knows how to be supportive, so they think giving you space is a good option. But it's so isolating. I'm not sure if it counts as a disability, but I have chronic back and leg pain. Some people think I don't really have these issues because I don't normally have a reaction. I've been dealing with it for over a year and I've just learned to put on a poker face. But before I learned how to, I'd be crying and sobbing over the pain. I'd count it. If you think you're frustrated with my limitations, just wait until you find out how I feel about them. Sometimes people with physical disabilities aren't confined to wheelchairs. Just because a person doesn't look disabled doesn't mean they aren't. My wheelchair is equivalent to my legs. If you wouldn't go around groping other people's legs, do not fuck with my wheelchair. If you would go around groping people's legs, Go to therapy instead. Oh my gosh, yes, get the hell away from my wheelchair. It's the only way I can move around and have a life. Personally, I hate being treated differently than non-disabled people. So many employees tell me this, and push back against accommodations. I tell them the accommodations are to help manage the condition at work. Other people don't have the condition, and therefore don't need an accommodation. You're not being treated differently, you're being treated fairly. Ambulatory wheelchair users exist. I'm learning how to get good at walking again. I'm not great at it yet, but people get real weird in public. Like a while ago while at the grocery store I stood up to grab something off a shelf and a lady said congratulations to me. Very strange interaction, but I mean it's better than her being outright mean. If you have an invisible disability/illness, people forget after a while. It's like people's minds are only wired for illness that ends with either death or getting better. It's hard to have to constantly remind people that yep, those difficulties still very much exist. Hearing aids are not like glasses where your vision is restored completely with use. Please do not talk to me if you're not facing me, I will not hear you. Just a small correction, glasses don't always completely restore your vision. Going for a walk outside will not cure my depression. Trying harder will not cure my autism. I have found a lot of people are sympathetic right up until it becomes slightly inconvenient for them, including doctors and such. In theory, in the abstract, they are so understanding, but if it causes the least problem then it becomes some variation on can't you just do it anyway. Disability is valid until it is inconvenient. Add to this repeatedly telling me about people who have it worse, e.g. war refugees or children in Indian slums won't make me feel better. Most of people can't/don't want to accommodate you. That a lot of my behaviors have nothing to do with them and aren't born out of malice, they're just coping mechanisms or differences in the way my brain is built. Chronic pain is different from acute pain. They are processed differently and they feel very different. So, my chronic pain 6 isn't the same as your 6 when you stubbed your toe. Not only does chronic pain not ever stop, but it feels completely different. This is specially for hard of hearing/deaf people, but it's whenever I ask them to repeat themselves, it's not that I'm not listening, I just genuinely couldn't hear you. Please stop recommending things that you think will help. Yes, I have tried yoga, yes, I have tried diets. I do not want medical advice from you, you cannot fix it. I have doctors to help, and to have strangers randomly suggest things is very frustrating. It's like able-bodied people don't understand that we can't fix it that easily. I appreciate that you want to help, but that is not helping. Feeling this so much right now. It's hard not to feel like I'm letting down everyone around me. You can't turn it off. If you can navigate life while hiding it, that consumes more energy than you can imagine, and even then, there is a chance that you might encounter something you can't overcome. It's not selective, some days you win and some days you lose. There's no worse feeling than coming across something you physically cannot do, it's almost demoralizing, but at the same time the feeling of overcoming the disability for a certain thing is amazing. How not being able to drive because of your disability has a huge impact on your life. Hello everyone. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to humbly ask you to subscribe to the channel. According to my statistics, 100% of my viewers in the past 28 days are not subscribed. I have always wanted this channel to reach 1,000 subscribers, and if you want to support and be a part of that, subscribe. It's free and it's an awesome way to support the channel. Thanks again, Reddit glitch out.